What was I talking about? Well, it's the perfect tree at the perfect spot. A little bit bigger bass. Yeah, I don't think that one's gonna get mounted on a wall. My gosh, he's a heavy bastard. Oh, heavy bass. Look at him. Ouch.
Not a keeper.
Nope. Big body. So I really do suck. I mean bad. And this is not a video to elicit. This is not a video to get sympathy from anyone. I'm not whining or crying I'm just stating the facts. And the fact is I'm just not very good at this. And here's the story. It's a little hair of the dog thing. Fishing again today after 2 days in a row on Lake of the Ozarks. We're on Truman today for a little bit. Just got here. It's like 1 o'clock. My wife's rock hunting. I'll rock hunt with her some too. But I wanted to make a few casts and get some of the poison out of my system from the last 2 days and, well, 2 weeks on Lake of the Ozarks. I practiced 3 days in the last 2 weeks for our little Tuesday derbies. First one was yesterday. Never got on anything unless you want to catch little bass, which, my gosh. I weighed in nothing yesterday. I zeroed the tournament. 17 boats. 5 boats zeroed. Sounds pretty good, except 6 boats had limits. Or 7 boats. 7 boats had limits. And the first place team did not have a limit. They just had 4 for almost 19 pounds. That would be Dion Hibden. Of course, right? I mean, if you're going to get beat by the best, but I didn't get beat by anybody except myself. I did not catch a keeper bass yesterday. And in fact, the 4 days I fished, yesterday was the first day I did not see a keeper bass. In 4 days of fishing Lake of the Ozarks in the last 2 weeks, I caught 1 keeper that I put in the boat. Now, practicing, I don't care about putting them in the boat. I probably could have put a few more in, but it didn't matter. So I didn't have any bite yesterday that I know of. Not a one. The 1 keeper that I did catch in those 4 days weighed 5 pounds. Whoop-de-doo. It didn't do anybody any good at all. That fish would not bite yesterday, or the other keeper was on the same dock with it that I saw. I suck so bad, and I cannot get a grasp on why. I fished hard yesterday, but I also fished pretty smart. I made 1 mistake. I tried to make a change. It just was not going to work. I gave up on it after about an hour. Lord of mercy. Now, again, these Tuesday tournaments that I'm fishing are filled with professional fishermen and guides. Yep. Dion Hibden won it. If you don't know who Dion is, Bassmasters Classic champion, FLW Cup champion. You don't get no bigger than that. His son Lawson had a small limit, 14 pound something limit. Known in the circles throughout the Midwest as being one of the up and coming stars. Casey Scanlon, MLF Pro, MLF or FLW tournament winner. Yeah, he fishes most of these things. Had a limit. The guides, oh my gosh, the guides that fish. At least 3 or 4 or 5 guides in almost every one of these tournaments. And my wife was talking about that and forward second facing sonar. The forward second sonar. The phony sonar, phony. I'm done. Anyway, it makes no difference who I was fishing against, what their talent level was, no matter how good they are. And the technology has nothing to do with it when you don't catch a keeper bass yourself. And here I am doing YouTube videos on how to catch bass or how to do bass fishing. You've got to be kidding me. Folks, it's ridiculous. If I was in a true hair of the dog, I'd be back on Lake of the Ozarks today, but Truman Lake is way better for rock hunting. Look at all that rock. And we're going to enjoy ourselves. I'm trying pretty hard. I'm doing the same thing I was doing Lake of the Ozarks. Yes, well, I was doing a lot of things Lake of the Ozarks this last couple of weeks, but I'm going to catch a few more bass, I'm sure. Just relaxing, beautiful day. Fixing to pull over there and help my wife look for rocks for a little bit. Back in the day when I was seriously training to try to become a professional bass fisherman, you always heard fish your strengths. I swore my strengths would never dictate how I fished though. I would fish however I needed to catch the fish. Whatever situation. Deep water, clear water, muddy water, shallow water, whatever. I got good enough at anything and feel confident. I still am that way. I mean, yeah, the shaky head stuff, which I did throw yesterday, is still new to me. The finesse stuff is different what we used to throw, but the old stuff still works sometimes. But I swore that I would never, for instance, go out and just look for fishing, flipping fish and shallow water fish. I would learn it all and get good at all of it. And I kind of did to a degree. I'm thinking now though, okay, bass bit me right there. I didn't get him. These hooks are probably getting a little beat up. This same bait, I had one of these tied on yours. I had several baits tied on like this, but yeah. Anyway, see, I can lose them here too. Whatever. I tried yesterday to make the fish come my way a little bit because that's the way I caught the 5-pounder. Fairly shallow, well, really shallow. The dirtiest water there was in the immediate area. And it still wasn't as dirty as this, hardly. Maybe close. This water's perfect. Too clear. My wife said, was I being too conservative, not running far enough? Yeah, I am. Besides the cost of doing business, this motor's thirsty for fuel. Yeah, I'm being conservative that way, but there's fish to be caught, I think. But maybe I just need to pick up what I'm most comfortable with any given day and just run with that until I find a fish that'll bite it. And that's just not the way I grew up fishing. I teach an old dog new tricks. That would be using the old tricks for the new old dog. And I don't know. And here is the biggest point of all. A year ago, I was doing the same kind of video. Because I'm pretty sure I zeroed this first term of the fall a year ago also. Now, get what I'm saying? That means no improvement in a year's time. Yesterday at this time of the day, I was ready to quit for good. When I left last night, I was just pack it in, figure out what I want to do with my fishing, if anything. Forget the videos, because who am I to do videos when I can't catch any bass or can't catch any keepers in a little tournament? That's kind of where I'm at. I went to bed last night feeling a little better about it. Woke up this morning and thinking last night about it in bed and dreamed a little bit maybe that maybe I'm stupid, maybe I'm ignorant. Hard-headed for sure. I don't want to just give it up. The next tournament's in a couple weeks, 3 weeks. Fishing will be better, but I shouldn't worry about it. I don't care about fishing being better. That's the trick. I won a lot of tournaments over the years when nobody else caught the bass. Yeah, the forward-facing sonar is going to take some of that out of the equation. There ain't very many zeros anymore. But I've got to catch the fish myself. I can't worry about the other guys. It's a quandary for me. I'm struggling with things I should not be struggling with. And I'm not worried about catching fish today. I'll catch a few more before I'm done. I'm just chucking these square bills around. I got a flipping bait still on. Everything I had on Lake of the Ozarks. The biggest thing for today is just chilling out with my wife for just a few hours. And of all things, I'm sick of looking at boat docks. Truman don't have boat docks. Now, I love fishing boat docks, y'all. I mean, I'm passionate about it. I don't know how many docks I've thrown to this last 2 weeks that I didn't get bit on. Kind of getting old. Flipping over cables and getting hung up in lifts and just... So the hair of the dog is kind of a cheat today. This is a hard video to shoot. Of course, maybe the winds will make it even harder than I think them. Drowning my sorrows in beer. Yeah, that's how good I get. Tough way to go for me, y'all. Not whining, not complaining, just stating the facts. A couple other things though about the last 4 days I fished tournaments, even yesterday on trimming. Now, I never caught any keepers yesterday, just caught a few bass, but I was just out there having fun, which is what it's supposed to all be about. Just for me, tournament fishing is fun. Well, it used to be. I caught a load of bass in those 4 days. Now, the tournament morning was a little bit slower. Had a front come through, which we're still facing some of the front stuff. Kind of weird. But I catch a lot of bass, just not keepers. The practice day last week, I put up the first dock I fished that morning. I had 6 bites and caught 5 bass on one dock. They changed. I couldn't catch them on a square bill in practice, and then the tournament day, that's what they wanted the most, was burning a square bill on docks. Well, the short fish is what they wanted. The dinks. I even caught 11-inch smallmouth in a place a smallmouth had no business to be in. Never in my life caught a smallmouth there. I have other places in the lake, but not there. Makes no sense. Give you an example of how many bass I was catching, and I could have caught a lot more, I guess. 30 minutes to go, and I'm still fishing. I didn't give up. Well, about 8 minutes to go, I gave up. The ramp was right over there. I could have fished another 4 or 5 minutes. Well, I could have fished till late, whatever. I idled to a little different spot, just 10, 20 second idle. Just moved over to a low point and started throwing that square bill again. Of course, now you talk about beating a dead horse. Yeah, I tried a lot of other things, y'all. I fished 20 foot deep with jigs. I fished with shaky head worm. Caught 1 bass on it during the tournament. Yeah, I know. The armchair fishermen are hard on Randy. I don't expect them to be hard on me. I'm admitting I didn't catch fish. But with a half hour to go, I caught a bass on the side of this point. And for whatever reason, I started counting. In 22 minutes, I caught 18 bass. I had them chasing the fish to the boat, trying to get the bait away. If I'd had a jerk bait, I'd been catching them 2 at a time. Used to be back in the day, if you was fishing along and you got into a bunch of short bass on one particular dock, and now at the next dock, that's the dock you want to concentrate on, because that's where the keepers would be. Surrounding, they wouldn't be with the shorts. Not that way this time. I mean, I fished the heck out of them docks around where I was catching them. Because it'd be specific. That bank I was talking about, 18 bass, there was 3 docks in a row that was loaded, and then very loaded, and then a few more at the very end. Like 5 docks in between, never got bite on. That's where the keeper should be. Except the other day, I pull up to a dock, and I pitch in there, and I catch a short. I'm flipping a creature bait, one of my new baits. Pitched in there, caught another one. I caught 5 in this dock in the front and the slip. We're on the side and had a good fish, about 3 pounds, followed up, and he caught that 5-pounder behind that dock. So they were sharing the same dock. They was loaded on that dock too. Should have been my kind of tournament, except I guess what's my kind of tournament anymore? Pitch and flipping thing did not work. I don't know how they caught the fish. Dion said he caught the 2 big fish, including almost 7-pounder, which is unheard of this time of year in Lake Ozark. That's really rare. Be a $100,000 fish this weekend, big bass bash. Caught him on jig, throwing the side of the dock. One on one side, one on the other. I didn't talk to anybody else about anything. I left with licking my wounds. I'm still licking them. Just trying to come across y'all. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing YouTube videos. I sure the heck can't be doing how-to videos. I can't. Now, if I can't catch 1 keeper in a tournament where there was 7 limits weighed in out of 17 boats. Yeah, 5 boats, 0. That ain't the end I want to be on. I got over and learned how to lose a long time ago. I learned how to lose before I learned how to win. Then, unfortunately, I won enough. I don't like it. The losing part sucks. Hey, somebody asked me. I told them I wasn't catching any fish before I went to this tournament. Well, why'd you fish? Well, that's what you do. I don't know how many times over the years I did well or won a tournament without having a good practice. I mean, one of the most memorable tournaments of my life, I went 4 days without catching a keeper bass on this same part of the lake. I ended up winning the tournament. I'm not a quitter, am I? I may be getting to be a quitter. Had fun with my wife here. She brought a boatload of rock home. Rock hounded, pretty rocks on Truman. Caught 4 bass. Catch them the exact same way I was like the Ozarks. If it had been boat docks, which thank God it wasn't. If it had been boat docks, the same places. Suspended in the trees, over 8, 10, 12 foot of water. Yeah, same baits. Except the flipping thing, which, why after a cold front, the flipping thing went away Tuesday? Why would that be? They should have got tighter, and I barely caught a fish on my flipping creature bait that I'd caught them on it the couple days before. Instead, they went back to the square bill, but they weren't keepers, so none of it even counts. I'm going to drink my beer. I never drink beer. Look at that. Oh, yeah, I don't drink. I got work to do. I thought I'd share this with y'all. Judge me harsh, I don't care. I'm doing this to make myself a better fisherman, and it ain't working. It's been over a year, and it ain't getting no better. Why am I doing YouTube videos? Still like my silverback glasses. This pair right here cost me less than $20. Great glasses. I'm going to wear them mowing grass in a little bit. Mowing weeds, anyway. God bless you guys. Thanks for putting up with me. Appreciate it. Talk at you later, maybe. I don't know.